What is going on, pros and average Joes? I'm gonna do a Reds corner right now from my room, but it's something super important. And with the season starting up, it is something that I'm seeing a lot. I'm gonna talk about the throat string in goalie heads, and I see a lot of them that are either totally blown out, they're either way too tight, or a couple of different things. But I'm going to talk about mainly a nylon, the difference between a nylon and a shooting string, throat string. They do completely different things, and a good way to set them up, or a good way to use them. So first, I'll show you a 12 diamond nylon. I'll show you a 20 diamond nylon, and then a 12 diamond shooting string. So first, I'm going to show you the shooting string. Um, it's going to be a little bit hard to see, but the main purpose of the bottom shooting string is one, to keep the ball in the stick, and two, it creates the start of your channel within your goalie stick. I'm going to apologize right now if the delay of the sound is off, so please bear with me. So, as you can see in the bottom, I got a white. It's a little bit hard to see, but in this brine eraser, there's actually 6 bottom holes, and I actually bring the nylon to that first throat hole instead of stringing it to the side, just like it that way, just to pull the mesh straight down. But I go to that middle one, and then I go in on the this is 12, so in on the 11, and then I just kind of even it up, and then come back out to the other side, go back in, and then I always, I would rarely do an overhand knot or a double overhand to finish off the back, but I usually use a square knot, because one, no matter how many shots it takes into it, the knot will always stay tight and it'll always grip itself and it will not loosen up. And two, if you do need to change this, especially if it's wet out and your stick starts to bag out, you're able to loosen this really easily, make it tighter, and make the adjustment right there. But that is that. Again, with the shooting string, you will find that the mesh will crimp together more, and it will limit the area where the ball can come out. So the ball is not going to come out through here. There's no way it's going to come out through there. If you come in for like an off-stick side, sometimes you get those balls that either hit the bottom or they come straight up and they ride the channel, and they might even come into there, or even off-stick sides. If it's awkward and you come in across, like, I can't even see in the camera, coming across like this, the stick's forward and it gets hit in the bottom, it's not going to blow out that bottom string. You're not going to let up a goal. So that's the first one, and that is the shooter. I like to call it the X, which is simply, it just crosses and then loops around the back. This one is a 12 diamond nylon, and I did this one a little bit differently than how you're going to see the 20 diamond, just because of the way this head and the throat is shaped. It just fit better and allowed me to not lose any space and not get a ball jammed up in here or break the nylon. So again, on the back, I have a square knot. Regardless if it's down by the plastic or up here, I always have a square knot, just so it's a quick adjustment, and I can do it literally on the fly, even when the ball is at the end of the field, and I have to do it real quick, loosen it up, pull it tighter, tighten it back up, and I'm good to go. This one is a single string, and I kind of want to call it a double loop, because it almost looks like it's this side going over and around, and then it looks like it's this side going over and around. But in reality, it's the X like you saw in the previous head. I'm going up through this hole, around, and then down, and then I'm actually going underneath the plastic, coming up through this hole, and then going through the same holes that this is going around in so it doesn't mess up the channel, and then it's going to end on that side, and then taking the other end I'm going to go down and around so it meets in the back. And that's how I'm tying off the square knot. And what that does is it takes away this space in here for any ball trying to get through or breaking through the mesh. And since on the Nemesis you only get two of these throat holes, doing it the way that I'm going to show you, it'll create too small of a surface area so the ball has a chance to go through the sides or even blow out the nylon and pop the nylon, which has happened, and to some of the other goalies that are maybe a little more experienced or play at the collegiate high school level, taking a shot and having that bottom string blow out is probably the worst feeling in the world. So that is that one. I'm going to call it the double loop, just the way that it works with, like, I guess the two going across like that with the X behind it. Then finally is the 20 diamond. This one I had some extra slack, and I've been meaning to cut it, but I haven't. Actually, this is actually the same thing as the other one, but these holes in the eraser are closer together. And again, I ended the sidewall string at the very bottom of the hole right there. And if I took this one and I came through here, there's a good 2-inch gap where a ball could either keep working itself or the mesh could start bagging out, and I can actually blow the sidewall. So again, I went with the double loop. I started in the middle, went around, did the X, down into the hole, up through that plastic, and then back around, and then again on the other side I did the same thing, came around underneath the plastic, came up through that next hole, and then went through the same holes on the back side. And again, I have a square knot on the back, and I had a lot of extra slack, so I took the line and I came back through and I left it down here. So not to confuse everyone, you should really trim your strings. So just to clean it up a little bit more, you can see how much cleaner that looks. I do have a lot of excess just because of the pocket, and I'm not used to 20D, and I've been adjusting it and really getting used to it, which I really like a lot. But again, that is the double loop. A lot of players, and I see a lot of if you go to Mad Laxer and throw in a strings Guardian head, they don't come underneath the plastic and go through this hole. They'll actually just go underneath and then straight through, which works just as well. This is just preference for me, but I really wanted to show you guys this. And the main reason why it is so important for this is because if you take a shot, okay, low, or if you take like an awkward, stick side, and you kind of do one of these, and the ball comes in and it pops the string, and it blows that out, you don't have a functioning stick. You're totally gone. If like one of these top strings or something ripped, you'd probably be able to get the ball up and out, and continue the play. But there's nothing worse than having this bottom blow out on you. And even worse of a feeling is it blowing out on you and then you letting up a goal. So that is Red's corner. Again, 20 diamond, double loop, or the across with the two straights. Just to try to simple it a little bit more for you. Again, 12 diamond. This one's a little bit easier because you can see the black. All right. And then the brine eraser with the shooting string, just an X. Right now, I'm really liking this one, the shooting string, because actually the shooting string, the con shooting string as well,